Well, after a lot of air quality violations, the fate of Tonawanda Coke now rests in the hands of the state DEC. But the hearing on taking away their permit is still more than a month away.
And all the while, that black smoke everyone is so concerned about still spewing from their waste heat stack. 2 News Side's Emily Lampa tells us about the voices now calling for an immediate shutdown and what the state has to say about that.
In that plant.
From the municipal level?
From my perspective, I don't see one benefit to that plant staying open.
To the county.
Tonawanda Coke needs to be closed. It's as simple as that.
And the federal level.
It's to stop this pollution from coming from Tonawanda Coke.
Elected leaders adding their voices to those of residents, calling on the state to shut down the plant. But the black smoke continues to flow, and the fire at the plant earlier this week renewed their concerns.
Every time I hear about something happening there, I think, what's next? What is going to be that tipping point that causes somebody to say, you know what, that's enough?
Given Tonawanda Coke's history of violations and broken promises, we asked the DEC why they aren't responding to residents and elected leaders' requests to shut down the plant immediately while the state and federal cases are being decided. It's not clear how long the U.S. Department of Justice case will take, and Tonawanda Coke's hearing with the DEC isn't until October.
Due process is important. It's guaranteed under the Constitution. I think we need to ensure that this is done properly, because otherwise you could have lawsuits drag out for decades. And I think what we want to see is something done properly so that this doesn't drag out for decades.
Even if the commissioner decides to revoke their air permits, Tonawanda Coke can decide to appeal again.
The problem is this process just moves so darn slow.
For the past several weeks, the DEC has regularly responded to our requests for information with written statements. But when it came to answering this question about shutting down the plant, no response as of our 3 p.m. deadline. And our request to speak with the DEC Commissioner, Basil Segos, left up in the air.
If it were you and I don't think we'd still be in business, so it begs the question, why are they?
Do you feel like the EPA and the DEC somewhat dropped the ball in handling this?
I do. This is what happens with bureaucracies, and that's why it's important that your elected officials weigh in on behalf of the citizens.
And we asked Representative Higgins if there is anything the average person can do who might be concerned about the operations at the plant. He said you have to continue to put pressure on your elected officials to speak on your behalf to both federal and state agencies. Emily Lampa, Channel 2 News.